Okay, welcome. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. The topic for this video is this. What is your role model? What is your role model? So, there are many answers to this question. One of the most popular one that I've heard many times over is some kind of, social media figure, like an athlete or an actor, actress, things like that. And other times people are talking about like, their family members and all that. And to me, this topic of role model ties into the idea of comparing ourselves to other people. The idea of comparing ourselves to other people, right? So whenever you're choosing your role model, what do you look for, right? What do you look for? What is a role model for you? For me, the number one thing a role model has to have is a good physical health. Like you have to be in shape, right? If I'm gonna choose a role model out there, number one thing you have to be in shape. You have to be in shape because being in shape is man. Like it's not that I don't respect people who are not in shape, but it's just that it shows who you are before you even speak. Before you even say anything at all, people can see you and say, you know what, this person does what they say they were going to do. This person respects themselves enough to take care of themselves, right? This person is disciplined, right? So, but with that aside, the question I always wonder is like, if you're gonna choose a role model, like a public figure, how is that gonna work? Like, are you trying to see what they did in their lives, and you're trying to emulate that? You're trying to live a life the way they live their lives, right? Because that's very difficult. Because first of all, you don't even know how they live their lives, right? You don't even know how they live their lives. And even if they did tell you how they live their lives, you would find that it's not the same way. You were not born in the same way they were born. You're not raised in the same way, the same environment they were raised in. You have so many different things that you do not share that it's so difficult for you to try to be like them, right? You don't have the same parents, same siblings, same anything, right? And even if you did, you have your own personality. You have your own personality that's different from theirs. So at the end of the day, nobody out there can really be your role model. That's why you can't even compare yourself to anybody else. Because answer me this: how would you be able to compare yourself to anybody else if you never had the same advantages in life or the same disadvantages in life? Right? So how would you be able to compare yourself to anybody? You never had the same advantages, right? So if they were somehow blessed enough to be born in a rich family, maybe you were not. If somehow they got a scholarship, to go to college, maybe you did not. All these things, maybe they were blessed with some good genes, and you did not. So like there is no way to compare yourself to anybody. The only person you compare yourself to is yourself, right? I know it's a cliche, everybody says it, but it really, really makes sense. If you really listen carefully, it really makes sense. Because I cannot compare yourself to Elon Musk because I don't have the IQ that Elon Musk has. So how would I ever compare myself to that? You cannot compare yourself to some kind of actor or actress or whatever, because maybe behind the scenes they're doing drugs that you're not doing. Maybe they're injecting themselves with steroids that you're not injecting yourself with, right? You don't know anybody else's life other than your own. That's why you should only compare yourself to yourself, to your past self. Because you're the only person who has had the same struggles as you. Like nobody else has had the same struggles as you. Nobody else has ever had to overcome the same things you have had to overcome. Nobody else has the same exact personality as you, or the same, the same mindset. So you are the only person who has done the things that that you have done. Like you the only person who is in the same situation that you're in. Nobody else. Nobody else will ever be. Because we all see people through, like a camera like this, and you know a little bit of what I share or what this person shares, but you don't really know the whole story. And even if they were to write a book, they will not be able to explain to you every single thing that happened. So you cannot compare yourself to anybody else. In the same way, you cannot have a role model as somebody else, because they've been through things that you have not been through. You can see a strong person and wish to be like them, but they're strong like that because they had to overcome difficult things. So the only way you're going to be strong is if you yourself go through some difficult things and overcome those difficult things. Right? So there's no reason to even look at anybody else's, life and wish it was your own, or you want to achieve the same things that they achieved. Like, you see somebody achieving a highest education. Let's say they just achieved a PhD, right? Or a doctorate. Good for them. Do your own thing and compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And that's it. Because that person did that for their own reasons. You don't know why. You don't know how they got there. You don't know the things they did to be able to achieve the things they achieved. So, and you don't even know if they even like it afterwards. You all you know is what they show you, but you're not in their mind. You don't know the results. Right? Like, in the same way, you see somebody's life the way they flash it out there, and you think, maybe I also want that kind of life. But do you really? Do you really? If you understood that to become somebody like that actor or that athlete that you see, you have to cut off your relationship with your family. That's it. That's it. Let's say that's what they did. They worked 24/7. They didn't do anything else but work, and so they had no life, no friends, nothing. And would you really want to do that? Would you really want to do that? If you understood what it took to get there, you might not even want to do that. So look at your life. I encourage you to look at your role model as yourself in the future. My role model should be me in 5 years, right? Because I want to continue to improve and grow and become the ideal person that I want to become, right? And so I'm just looking at me in the future, that person who I can visualize myself, that person, that Hector in the future looks amazing. And that's the kind of person that I want to be. Because that Hector, that me in the future, has had the same upbringing that I've had. He has the same mindset that I've had. So that's the person who I can realistically become, because I can visualize him. I can see how the qualities that I want him to have, and that's who I'm shooting for. That's the road I'm on, to try to become that person, right? So that's what I've learned. I've learned that you should try, your role model should be yourself. Your role model should be yourself, an improved version of yourself, right? Your role model should be an improved version of yourself. And so try to become better every day and measure yourself according to yourself, because you're the only one who has the same genes. You're the only one who has the same mindset, the only one who has had the same struggles and the same blessings even, right? The same advantages and the same disadvantages, right? You're the only person who can say, okay, I can definitely compare myself to myself, because there is no other excuse. There is nothing else that, that you can say that you have over me. Because we've had the same life, me and myself, I guess. Me and myself in the future, right? So that's what I've learned. And whatever everybody else is doing with their life, that's their life, and they can live it however way they see fit. But I'm also going to live my life the way I see fit. And you have to believe that you have the best life. You have the best life that has ever been lived. You have to believe that. That's how you become better, right? That also helps you to be grateful for everything that you have, for every problems and every blessings. Because the problems turn you into a strong person in the end, right? So if you believe that and you try to be better every day, try to be better than you were yesterday, right? Not even yesterday, really. We can't even. That's really hard to do. What I found is that maybe you could try to be better than you were last week or last month, right? That's more achievable, right? Because you're not really going to change every single day, every single hour, right? But maybe over a week, this week you could do something one way, and then next week you could do it in an improved way, right? So yeah, that's what I've learned, and I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. What have you guys learned? And let's share. Let's share in the comments. I'm really excited to read all about that. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one.